All right, so here we go. There's more job cuts coming through a lot of these companies, and right now Roku has become the latest firm to reduce some staff. So we got about 200 job cuts that are set to happen at Roku. I think that's about 5% from what I read, 5 to 7%. So a lot of tech companies are looking to fire people, and it's been happening over the last month. Economically, people are worried, CEOs are worried, these companies are worried. Their share prices have been tanking. And there's some problems going on. They're trying to have enough runway for the future to be able to have some sustainable cash flow, and having employees is a big expense. So Mark Zuckerberg and Meta, they cut. Roku's cutting. Elon Musk's on a firing spree. So there's a lot of stuff going on. So here, Roku becomes latest firm to reduce staff, 200 job cuts. So it's definitely not great time. So 5% in the latest signal of challenging times for the ad industry. There's a Roku building if you've never seen one, but Roku had lost 3/4 of their value this year. So when we look at the stock price here of Roku and we look at kind of the weekly, Roku here had a double top around $500 per share. And it's lost a lot of value because a lot of the value is tied into the stock price. And now we're down over here at this lower level. So that's around the $65 price point right now. And this stock is not doing well. Now, it could bottom out here soon. I mean, you're coming into some very low prices now compared to where it was. You know, some people got it around the $400 or $500 range. But usually the market, in other words, the stock market, does enjoy and like job cuts in a weird way because, well, now the company is going to be a little bit more lean or healthy. However, that doesn't mean the growth will be as fast. So rather than looking for possible growth where in the past they might look for growth like this, now they might look for growth that's a little bit slower. But at least now the company has a potential to survive, right? So that's really what they're looking for when you're dealing with job cuts. Here's a lot of press releases around job cuts. If you look back in the past, this is from the Wall Street Journal. Just give you a quick little headline. So Lyft was to lay off about 700 employees in a second round of job cuts. Elon Musk just nonstop firing people. I mean, they're losing a lot of money in Twitter. I don't know if he's really happy with the deal. Who knows? Nobody will probably ever know besides himself. But I mean, this is an expensive purchase, and you know he has a lot of capital and cash flow, but he's just firing people left and right. I do think a good CEO, just from a personal business standpoint, I think a good CEO or a good quality person will at least listen to your employees and get the inside scoop. Take a moment to just understand what's happening and listen to your folks and the people. But the fact that he's just firing so many people all over the place, it'll create a blurry vision within the company. It'll take longer to figure things out. So I'm not saying you can't do it. I'm just saying that can create some real problems in the future. So I think this company is going to have some struggles ahead. And even he said there's going to be some bumpy roads. But anyway, they're firing a lot of people left and right as well. Mark Zuckerberg, Meta, they're slacking a ton of people as well when you look at it. So here, if we check out Meta, I mean, this stock has tanked from about 380, 390, all the way down to about 115 right now. So we're definitely pulling back right here. As you see, this thing's just been collapsing. So can we bottom out and kind of base in this zone or area? Sure, it's possible. I mean, you were under the $100 level in Meta around the $87 price point or so. And that was from a year basis. I mean, that was 20 price wise 2016-15 year level. If we look at the monthly, this is a little bit way out there, so we'll have to zoom in a little bit here. So when we're looking at really the actual pricing standpoint, this was way far out in terms of time frame. So that was 2016, April 2016, back when we were around this $84 price point. So I think it's possible we could start basing somewhere soon, but he's got to get his head out of the gutter here and see if the metaverse is even going to work. They're just dumping a lot of money, and I think, okay, well, maybe you have a lot of money, but doesn't mean you can't make stupid decisions, because the more money you have, if you make a dumb decision, that means you're just going to lose more money. You're not immune to it. So it's just the fact of the matter is nobody's immune to sometimes it's just bad luck, and it just happens. So maybe it's a great idea, great thing to do, but it's just either bad luck or things don't line up, and some of it just the way it works out. Some of it is just by happenstance, right time, right place, luck of the draw, him creating and working and dealing with this at Harvard as well with the Facebook thing. Also, Amazon confirms layoffs as well, 10,000 staffs worldwide. This is from CBC, Canada side, so this is across worldwide. So they're cutting a lot of different stuff, and they do confirm, hey, America's second largest private employer Wednesday, following reporting, would cut around 10,000 jobs. So yeah, this is not good for the job market, unfortunately. I feel bad for the folks there. It's never good to lose a job, right? Everybody feels good when they have a job. If you have a good paying job, you have income coming in, it's nice. Unfortunately, when you're cutting and laying people off, the bigger companies might do it in a nice way where they give you some severance and so on, but it just doesn't feel good. So, I'm sorry, it's unfortunate. But the companies are also trying to do what they can to survive, right? Because otherwise, if the company loses a lot of capital and can't sustain the growth later on, it will have to either increase prices, or you just might not have that company around. And I mean, there's a lot of people at Amazon. So a lot of people use Amazon, and they're trying to go ahead and make sure they're able to survive kind of for the future. That's the same thing Roku's doing, which is kind of where we started back at the beginning of all this. Is Roku's trying to cut 200 jobs. 200 jobs is not a big thing relative to the 10 and 11,000 we've got here from Amazon, and then Meta 11,000. And then, Elon Musk, how many people he's laid off? I think it's a ton. Like if you actually look it up, Elon Musk fires how many people on Twitter? I don't even know, but I think it's around like 6,000-7,000. Just over a week closing the deal, Musk eliminated nearly half of the workforce, or about 3,700 jobs. So this was from the New York Times. So already he fired, 3,700 plus some more. So he's been firing people left and right, and he's trying to keep the business there alive, I guess. And that's going to be a little bit difficult considering how much he paid for the company. I mean, it might be kind of one of those things where you buy a pet lizard or a pet snake, and that's probably what it is to him. Is kind of when you buy a Twitter. I mean, it's a little more expensive, but like, you buy a pet lizard, pet cat, pet snake, you got to take care of it, feed it, make sure it evolves and grows. And it's the same thing here. He's got to make sure Twitter evolves, grows, and everything goes rosy with it. But we'll see how he does with it. He's got to spend some more time with it, and unfortunately, then that could also lead to some problems with his primary company, which he had to dump a bunch of shares to be able to make it happen. So take a look at this. It's pulling back quite a bit, down to 182, up from 418, right? And that's like pre-split adjusted and all that. So if you look at the daily, we continue to kind of roll over. And if we look at kind of those weekly right here, back over here talking about Twitter discussions, he's probably had to been doing some share dumping right there to acquire the company. And now he's got like two big companies, but who knows if Twitter will go, I mean, it probably won't go to zero, but it's a lot of work. And is it going to take his attention away from this? So yeah, it's something to definitely could create some headaches for this Tesla stock on its own, just the sheer fact of the way that it's being operated. I feel bad as well for the employees here, because just the way that it's handled things, it's not very sympathetic, right? You got to have a little sympathy here, even though you're running a big company, you're trying to lay people off, yeah, but be sympathetic about it. I mean, come on. Anyway, all right, that's all I got for you today, and truly appreciate you joining me. Thanks again. Check out the tradersfly.com website if you want to work together one-on-one. I try to really help people out and work with you guys one-on-one if you like to work longer term to learn about trading options, stocks, covered calls, and that kind of thing. So check us out, criticalcharts.com for some news, insights, charts, and tradersfly.com for some options one-on-one and working together. So I appreciate it. I appreciate the deep one-on-one connections. So reach out. Thanks again. I'll see you next time.